Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... So yeah, it turns out we've got another Elements thing that was lined up. I was actually going to loop back to Camp Creek because it's been about a week, but I realized Passing of the Torch is still part of that train, as well as the one of, of content I've been recently offered and once again have been looping around. So it's on a double loop situation. But yeah, almost forgot about this. And yeah, it seems like it could have actually been buried way longer if I had done so. And I'm glad that I didn't, because this video seems to be part of a bit of a time gap, much like several other shows that you can actually think of. I was talking about this with yesterday in terms of the Guardians and how, a time gap between one and the other actually can start to lead to, monumental, structural improvements and such. I realized since I wrote that description that the script, I'm pretty sure, was exactly the same. So it's probably, or at least it was all written together as one thing and then split into multiple parts. Meaning that we're probably going to get something that is roughly structured the same way, but probably with a little bit less of the audiobook stuff, or hopefully a bit less of the audiobook stuff, and more of and more of actual accompanying visuals. I'm guessing that's what probably took the time, aside from increased commitments from Jazazie's part. So yes, probably more of a Mutant Girl situation, to put it that way. Speaking of Mutant Girl, here's the co-writer of that as our guest for today.
Hello, I am here. It's been a while. Besides, like, Butterbun streams and D&D.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, you've been... Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, technically, you were on a couple of days ago on Premiere because that's where, because I mean, we streamed on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
main
for
channel,
the
but like
Mermaid Tales rewatch.
Yeah, so yeah, you haven't been live on the main channel for some time. And right as I say that, my battery starts to run out.
Don't worry, I'll entertain the stream. Hello, stream. Look at me. Yes, that's right. Look at my icon, my beautiful icon drawn by Doug Osty.
You're trying to doctor it further into your name. All right, there we go. That's all I needed. Okay, let's switch over.
Yes.
And yeah, we've been up right from where we left off with some more Elements stuff.
Yes, I totally know about this show. I know everything about the show. I definitely have never seen the show, but I don't know that's the show. I have no clue.
So to So to recap you, this is a world where apparently there are there's another like humanoid species, called Elements. Yes, there are. When people say Elements, they're referring to most of the time the anthropomorphic creatures that can actually wield these elements rather than specifically the actual elements themselves. That being said, there seem to be different lineages.
Wouldn't it make sense to call the people who wield elements elementals instead of elements? Because elements is what they wield. Wouldn't elementals be a better title? Because, that's what they do.
I mean, depends. Prism and I were talking about an element idea yesterday, and we haven't actually decided on a name there, but I'm thinking like element holders, for example, that being the term for them.
The miraculous holders. The miraculous.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, you could say like element wielders. You could even say benders, obviously, considering the Avatar influence. But this case,
I don't know. I feel like benders is too on the nose. Benders is a little bit too on the nose.
Potentially, but I mean, I'm saying theoretically. But in this case, it seems like because they are born into these powers and they seem to like manifest them in like different forms. Like you can tell who is an element and who isn't for the most part, mainly because of the ears. So I think that's why they have like that distinction, and it's just like, okay, well, they're associated. I don't know. There's also, it seems like you can actually be like a fire element for example, like the main character is. So like different lineages that's aligned with that kind of thing. So basically, the main character, as I said before, is a fire element called Amaya that seems to have just
And she
transferred from the
falls
school
in
where she
love with a
was.
water element.
The show is called The Love Line, so you would think that at some point she's going to end up falling for another character. That being said, we're halfway through
Is there a love interest?
the parts. Well, I mean, there are characters that you could interpret as future love interests, but not really anyone that's been like knuckled down recently.
Okay, that's a little bit weird, but
This is the case of the main character actually, falling for someone actually campaigning for the rights in the first place, because it seems like it's a very infrequent and taboo subject to even date someone who is a different element to yourself. There's one character
so racist.
who-
Yay!
yeah. So that's the idea.
But
And
question:
and
can
an
someone
unspoken
be more
hierarchy
than one?
between different ages.
Can people be more than one element?
I
Like if
assume
a
so,
water elemental
but
and
if
like a fire elemental have a baby, does that mean the elemental is a water and fire elemental at the same time? They become
or
the
one or the
avatar.
other, maybe or one or the other, maybe one manifests and one doesn't. Like in Avatar, has been known to happen. But yeah, in this in this instance, I'm gonna say because there are so few examples, I guess, of of characters even like dating as outside their own elements and crossing the love line, as it's referred to, that there probably just aren't any ones that we actually see on screen, and that's why that hasn't been answered yet. But theoretically, you could be right.
I
I haven't
mean,
seen any
yeah, but
combinations yet.
to be fair though, for example, people like to sometimes go for specific races, for example, in a weird way. I don't want to say the actual word on your channel, because
Yes, but usually, in this case, if it's a taboo thing, it's not common for that to even happen in the first place. So
yeah,
that's
but
why we've not
what
seen
if so,
examples.
what if someone's like, what if like say we have a, I don't know, grass elemental. I don't know the elementals, but I assume there's like a grass one. The grass one's like,
You're
oh,
gonna think of Pokemon types now.
oh, fire elementals are so hot. I'm going to
Of course.
just do the hokey pokey with one, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
But then you, as the grass elemental or the fire elemental, I don't know, whoever you get pregnant hypothetically in this situation, gets a little bit tad pregnant. You know, because like you don't have to date them to get them pregnant.
Yes, but why I mentioned dating is because, well, A, that's what comes up in the video, and B, if even so much as dating is seen as taboo, chances are a lot of that most people would have reached that second stage that you've just described.
You don't have to date someone. You don't have to date someone to do the hokey pokey with them.
No, but it is the general procedure that most people will go under.
Listen, I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a like, I don't know, like the brothel.
Look, well, okay. I thought you were gonna say just like a hybrid. Okay, well, yeah, but I'm just gonna say like hybrids probably do exist as well. I'm saying that it's not out of the ordinary for us not to have seen one thus far. So I don't have a concrete answer because chances are it's so rare that we're not going to see it. It's not going to be encountered here. Unless we get like a skip forward in like classic Gacha style, and it turns out that the main character has kids with somebody else, or like whatever. I don't know.
How I Met Your Mother. This is how I met Waterboy or whatever.
Yeah, and as far as the establishments that you've mentioned, those are illegal in our world. So I imagine they probably have like a tighter grip on that in this, society that actually, I will say this, reflects modern society or like modern time periods.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the people who worked for those establishments wouldn't be used as much and actually treated with dignity if they by said establishment.
These are a lot of hypotheticals that are going on for a show that you haven't seen a single frame of yet.
No, this is real life. Maybe the people who work for those said establishments would be treated with dignity by their said workplace all the time if it was legal and not under the table. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, so you're making like a general like political statement out to the universe. It's okay. Not where I was going with this conversation, but sure. Fine.
Listen, I'm just saying it's a lot harder to exploit people if it's not underground. it becomes a tad harder.
I mean, if it weren't underground, it would be regulated in some way, and therefore that's probably why that would not wouldn't be as frequent. So extra processes there. But anyway, I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah, that's even assuming that hybrids are a thing in the first place, because say that you do end up that you are the offspring of two different types of elements. Maybe you might just manifest the qualities and traits of one. Maybe that's how it works.
Maybe the Avatar could totally be this world.
Yes, but even in Avatar, they cover this type of thing.
Yeah.
Even the Avatar's own children only manifest one element, if any at all, from all the examples that we've seen of any offspring of any Avatar.
You know what I think would have been interesting though? Like, if one of them actually manifested either earth or fire, because Katara was like a waterbender and Aang was the airbender. I think it would have been
so you're saying in terms of like, yeah, fine, from Aang's side. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it, okay.
Because like if one of them actually got one of the one of the other Avatar states that Katara and Aang didn't have, but the Avatar does.
I can understand why that didn't happen on the grounds that usually, in that world you manifest the element that or you're able to bend the element that comes from like whichever culture you grew up in, and those were the specific two cultures that they were raised under. So I feel like it kind of tracks from that sense. That's why they probably didn't go down that route.
I don't know. I wonder if water bending should have technically been more common, because Aang can water bend, and so can Katara. So I feel like maybe water bending should have been more dominant than air bending.
Genetics are rarely that perfect. I mean, there's actually fun fact: the father of modern genetics, Gregor Mendel, who the way that we found out about like alleles and stuff is actually when they through his documenting of his pea farm. He was just a priest or a monk. I can't remember which one. And just like grew peas in his spare time, and he like documented like how he crossed different types of peas and cataloged the percentages and everything. But actually, even he was actually accused of fixing his results, because if we're talking about percentages, it's not supposed to be like that cut and dry. And so we've and so there's like it's like okay, so you got the exact results that you predicted based on percentages. Like, really, is that so plausible as a non-scientist that you actually or some of a non-scientific background like you are? So, but yeah, but the theory was there, and it turned out to be it turned out to have some basis once they actually verified it. But still, it is something that's like, okay, well, it's not actually as cut and dry as even the person who came up with the concept led us to believe. Is my main point there. Did you miss anything? Yes, we were talking about genetics for 18 minutes. Now we're going to actually watch the video.
Yeah, well, listen, I haven't seen the show, and I'm just interested in the inter-elemental genetics.
Yes, that's before we've seen a single frame of the show, and he's just like, oh yeah, let's...
Hey, when someone drops me a lore concept, I actively question it and wonder the ins and outs of it. If you're going to give me a premise,
that's fair.
I'm going to wonder the exact details of said premise.
That's fair. I'm known to pause within like the first like 2 to 4 seconds of a video and comment on something, whereas Aiden is known to not even get that far.
Listen, I work with lore. I love lore. Oh.
Okay. I'm right. So what I said before about there being like no that like less audiobook. I'm starting to doubt that this time. I thought because of the increased time, maybe that was why, but maybe it's because of the Jazaxiee having more commitments. Maybe Resi doubled down on the audiobook side, because it still says audiobook in the title, even though the first one didn't have much audiobook at all. So I don't know, but that does raise the question: why does an audiobook need an intro title sequence that we also can't see?
It's not even a title sequence. It's just a song.
Yeah.
This is gonna get us copyrighted.
Yeah, and the worst part is I have to skip ahead and see if it's still playing at certain points as well. So let me just... Oh, no, never mind. It moves, but very slowly. Okay, fine. In that case, I will mute it and have the very slow audio take over. All right. Not the very slow audio, I mean the very slow video.
Da 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 da.
I haven't paused this, but it's still here. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Wings, 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 wings. Guys,
Oh,
don't
wait a
worry, I'm
second.
covering up the theme song. Wings, wings.
No, you know what? You've just given me a fantastic idea. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play something. Oh wait a minute! I've got it right. I've got it right here. I've got wings right here.
Oh,
I can play that over the intro.
Oh,
So yeah,
God.
fair enough. We're gonna do that now. Oh, it actually it transitioned at the perfect time.
I think it's the
That was
actual
fun.
video, not the intro.
Okay, okay, you know what? I'm pausing. I'm fine.
Elements.
Oh yeah, it actually is. Okay, so the first thing here was like very slowly moving past, and now we have this image here that like fades into. Okay, so you have one image for an intro sequence that we can't tell anything about, and now we have the actual video starting. Okay.
You got this, Jacob.
So,
Here we
how
go.
are you enjoying Blossoms of Elements? It's thick, right?
The classes are nice.
Oh my lord, you're such a nerd.
What? Why?
Why?
She say
Because
the
you said-
classes are nice? By the way, she said that so monotone. Is that like her normal demeanor? Is she like Myrrh from the one shot the other day?
Yes, but except for when she gets mad.
Oh, because like, okay, I was just wondering if like the dead, lifeless voice was like intentional, or like, if it was just a voice actress not emoting.
Yeah, no, we have an edgy brooding protagonist with a violent temper.
Okay.
Who cares about the classes?
Why you apparently you asked the question.
It's
Yeah.
the experience.
What do you mean by
The experience is also nice.
Wait,
What a foolish
It-
fool!
is this whole video copyright music? Because like the background music
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
the background music sounds like "Can keep my hands." Wait.
Wait, no, I'll play it. See if you're right.
experience?
Are you? Play ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't remember the name of this
I
song.
don't know. I think
know-
one of the lyrics
know-
is "Can't keep my hands to myself." Something. Da
Oh no, that's
on the
oh, no,
shelf.
that's Hands by Selena Gomez. I think that's a different song to this one. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, no, you're thinking of a different different thing.
I'm
I'll
a
tell you.
sucker just for kicks. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that one. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know the name of the song.
I've
but
been
heard
feeling
before.
it like 90-something-6. Yeah. Might be over the mountain, but I feel it still.
Mm.
Got
Yeah.
another mouth to feed. I don't know. I haven't heard a song in ages.
I mean, you know better than I do because I only know it because of Aaron
just
Fraser
heard-
Nash doing
I
one
heard the
doing a parody of
beat.
it.
I heard the
I don't remember what character it was for, so I can't even check it anymore. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's that song.
Yeah, no, it is.
We are
I'm hoping
getting
there's like actual
copyrighted.
dialogue over this, so I don't have to mute the whole thing. But like, okay.
How
Yeah.
we-
Oh, I forgot to mention this. This is like the setup from last time because it's obviously split. So this scene like goes right after the last one. It's a boys versus girls football match that's going on right now.
It's Jonas Breller. Oh, it's called Sucker. Jonas
Oh,
Breller.
well, there we go. I guess more wings. We cry in unison. Okay.
Wings.
Assuming
Wings.
that we don't. The problem is that is that
It's
if
background
I-
music. It's not a theme song. It's background music.
Yeah, like if I could confidently say, like I could probably see a montage happening and then just put something over the top of it. That's one thing. But if it's if there's going to be like actual dialogue like this over the music, I have to
There's
listen
no
to it.
salvaging it. There's no salvaging it. We tried.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well,
Oh,
I'm
so sorry.
I'm a sucker for copyright claims, apparently.
Oh, and there's lyrics too.
Well, yes. So it's not the
No, I
instrumental
thought it was just-
version,
I thought it was
sure.
just instrumental. Oh God.
You know what? I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit and see if it's still going.
Lana, over here.
Okay, no, we have it. It doesn't go that long. All right then.
Get it! Get it! Get it, damn it!
Pause. Pause. If we pause,
Get it!
constantly-
Get it! Come on! I mean, I guess not really like there's too much, you know, variation of dialogue over the top of like most football matches. Fair. But like,
is there like a subtitle version? I'll just say all the lines for them. Oh my God, get it.
I don't think so, unless Jazaxiee like magically appears in the chat right now and hands us the script for this video. I don't think we're gonna be able to do much.
Oh God.
I think I have Jazaxiee on Discord, but like, hey, could you give us the script, please?
I need the script so we don't get copyrighted for reviewing your show.
Oh, I'm a sucker for the script. Yeah.
Oh God. Hello, William.
Please hand us the dialogue and feature. Otherwise, we will be either poor or confused. I don't know.
Just give up.
Woo! Go,
Oh no, just give up. Whoever said that.
Amy!
Who's Amy?
I'm guessing the person who just tackled the person who said just give up.
Also, wait, you're playing soccer. You're not supposed to tackle people during soccer, Jacob. You don't
Actually-
tackle people. You kick the ball. You don't tackle.
No,
It's not,
okay, no,
it's not
like-
American football.
No, not that kind of tackle. There's actually that like in soccer you actually have this what you say sometimes as you're like stealing the ball from somebody else, like kicking it away from them. That counts as what people refer to as a tackle. Like you're not trying to trip them up, like you know, like directly to the ankle or anything. But that's it is called that. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh huh.
Jacob gets
Someone
some
violently
money.
shaking in the background. That's who
Listen,
knows
They're,
anymore.
they're having a bit of a seizure. Okay.
I like when in the image of this, the ball is stationary. The last episode, when we eventually switched over to this audiobook style, the image was kind of like was the images that were chosen for that were almost like a full they almost like told the full picture of the scene in a weird way, and like maybe a couple of times they might change here and there, but you still get like, especially if like a dialogue between two different people and they have like different like pose like emotions, you sort of have that idea. So but here in this match where stuff is going on and there's no commentator, mind you, a commentator would have been fantastic here to, you know, so we know what is actually happening at any given time. We have an image that contradicts it because it's stationary while everything is actually moving. So except for the character Varney shaking in the background, you know, that was warranting a boom, but not, you know, the ball the game is based around.
Good. Good.
Lana, over here.
Where's here?
Good question. You said that so quietly that, you know, probably was not a good idea. On a football field, you have to shout, you know, or you should shout like a little bit, especially if you're, again, far away and someone doesn't know which direction you're in, which is the whole point of getting their attention in the first place.
Hey, give the ball back.
Not if you can. Damn it.
Hey, give the ball back, person presumably on the other team.
Also swearing.
Oh.
Yay, we love swearing.
Hell no.
I mean, there's already examples, but yeah.
Asshole, you absolute
Oh my
asshole.
God, there were like 4 swears within like 15 seconds. What is this,
This-
Mermaid Tales?
Yeah, the second you point it out, it gets
Oh.
worse. And and also the way they
God.
say it, it's just like you're not actually like that annoyed. It's like, man, I hate you. What have you done that for? Like, I am so angry. Can't you tell?
Lana, get over here. I don't support bad sports.
To be fair, Mochi,
Why was the
I-
canned laugh in the background? Did the ball get kicked in like the opposite direction and then like the audience laughed in canned audience? Like what?
To be fair, Mochi, I normally swear too, but on Jacob's channel we don't swear, or at least try
Yes,
not
but
to.
the video can't be helped because that's already made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, copyright hack is gone. I assume they're walking.
Yeah.
Walking.
Well, I mean, you can hear the
What
footsteps
do
at
you-
least. Yeah. This is the kind of image that I like. You know, two characters
Yeah.
conversing. You know, they're clearly like in movement, and you can hear the footsteps. That tells you all you need to know.
You want?
I would like to leave the school, but cannot do that when I bring my stuff home.
I would like to leave the school, but cannot do that. My vocabulary is about the same as a robot to transcribing the English language.
And what are you going to do about it?
Kindly ask you to move.
And how's that working for you?
Gr-
Well, I only just did it right now, so you see, I'm actually unable to assess the answer for the time being.
Mason, just move.
And what? Call your little bodyguards? Oh,
Interesting enough, this character actually, you know, actually like stopped fighting a different character because Amaya, you know, a fire elemental that he seems to like respect the hierarchy of, told him to. So the fact that now he's like, oh yeah, you and what army, you know, he's trying to be Neville Longbottom. You can't be Neville Longbottom. I'm sorry.
look, Amaya, you don't
Yeah,
scare me.
yeah, darling.
You will never, ever scare me. Ever.
Can you stop being so-
Why? Why is it just?
You
he's
will
getting
never
really...
scare me
What?
ever.
Oh my god! What? Okay. Sure, man.
Can you remove my damn burn scar from 4th grade?
Okay, so this was mentioned. This was mentioned at the Oh, so it's not the character who backed off from the fire. My mistake. This is actually someone who transferred to the school like way earlier, but actually knew Amaya from beforehand, and apparently it was actually hinted in the last episode that Amaya actually gave him a burn scar on his wrist, but she didn't see the scar on the wrist. So when she was talking to her friend about it, it came up in organic exposition, might I add. And yeah, here we are, I guess, confirming that. That says something actually. You know, for this audiobook, I think the exposition in this is actually too good, which is the opposite problem like everyone else seems to have. Because it flows so naturally for the characters, and usually like it has like the visuals will support whatever's going on. Because we don't have that, that's what often causes confusion. Not in this case, but it's happened in others.
No,
That's your answer.
you wouldn't want another, don't you?
Oh, what? That wait,
You
that was
mean,
you
wouldn't you?
threatening?
You mean
That-
also that's not even a perfect. You wouldn't want another one, wouldn't you?
That was like the
And
most.
also-
That was the most wooden threatening ever. Like she's like, you wouldn't want another one, would you? It sounded more like you were giving a general statement of, yeah, burn scars are bad. You don't want those. at
Yeah,
all.
we've also got a bit of a possible lore dump here of apparently the person who inflicted a burn scar being able to heal it, or maybe not. Maybe that was just a kind of license like, can you turn back time and undo this? No, you can't. Maybe it was like that. It could be other one.
What did you say, newbie?
She said get away from her locker before she gives you a bigger burn scar, Grayson.
What?
Yeah. What did you say just now? Oh, I said.
Why is your threatening so fast? Like her threatening was super wooden and like it didn't really feel much like a threat, felt more like just a general statement. And then yours felt like you had like two sentences. You're like, okay, guys, don't worry, I can speed run these sentences. Ready? Ah! Anyways,
Yeah. when the micro machine man is your bodyguard.
Why would I do that?
Also, Amida is not a person
also,
who normally has
aren't you being
bodyguards. So that's where that
aren't
came
you
from.
being choked right now? I thought you were being choked right now. So how are you
It
speaking?
it
so
depends where
fluently?
he's being held. It could be like the scruff of his shirt. It could be by his shoulder. It's kind of hard to see. It
I
could also
don't
be like
know.
his back. Actually, that's not.
I don't know. I feel like the voice acting direction, regardless if it's throat or collar, should have some sort of verbal indicator. Like if it's throat, it's like, why would I do that? You know?
Yeah, just do exactly what I did for Jackson, and eventually have him be strangled by his own mother.
Oh yeah, don't mind. Listen, they were hugging. I just presented it awfully.
Okay, so for context for that, like,
Oh, God.
the line was just like like a very tight hug. So it's like his breathing was restricted. Like I just did that basically. But it turns out because of like the awkward gacha positioning of hugs, especially around the time this before Aiden started frankenposing, it just looked like the character was just like holding out their arms, like like actually strangling him.
It's like, I am so proud of you, sweetheart. Let me kill you now. It's like, oh god.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time a character that I have played in a show run by Aiden was strangled by their own mother, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Orchid also got strangled by her mind-controlled mother. That was great.
Yes.
Go check out Mysteries of Occult, everybody. The plot is really, really scary sometimes. You think you guys
and that
like
was the
it?
most recent episode.
Well, the recent main episode. We had like 2
Yes.
one-shots in between.
I was trying not to overwhelm people with information, but yes.
Yeah.
The
The recent season 2
It's
episode.
the low life of a human. You are so lucky Calvin didn't see you doing that. He would have beaten your ass.
Why do they like pinning each other against the wall so much?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they're really into. They have their things. They're really. Listen, it's nice to be pinned up against a wall. Okay, I haven't had it happen to me personally, but I wanted to. I mean, what? I mean, yes. Anyways,
that explains why you like arms so much.
And he's
maybe.
actually
That happens in Twilight. Actually, why I'm not surprised. Of course, it happens in Twilight. Yeah, he doesn't know about like the fighting culture of the episode because the series. I haven't told about that. It seems like all of the elements seem to be like the werewolves in My Street or Phoenix Drop High specifically, where like they all seem to fight each other over like basically nothing.
choking him.
Oh, he was choking
Are
him,
you-
so it wasn't by the collar. It was like a choke.
Okay,
So
well,
he
that-
should
now-
have.
now
So
we
the
know.
voice. So the voice direction should have been. Wouldn't you like to know, or whatever the line was.
Yeah. Also, here's another thing. You know what? I'm gonna take me out of your book. I'm gonna point out a design flaw in the in a gacha character. The red like netting. I would say fish nets, but you know that part of Amaya's wrist is not going over her entire hand. It seems like either she's like laced like her pinky finger through it basically, or it's or it was like not supposed to be like in that particular pose. I don't think it was.
You insane? You could have killed him. Sure, he was bothering me, but he doesn't need to suffocate.
Well, you
can leave
did
now, Mari. I can handle
you did threaten to burn him, so I don't know if you're much better. Because
that's
your
true.
burn because setting him on fire could also kill him, but what do I know?
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. But for as non-violent as the cat as Amaya has presented herself thus far, that whole like burn scar thing and the threats that happened just now seem to kind of fly against it.
It's like, I'm just saying, I feel like threatening to set someone on fire, especially presumably a grass mutant or elemental or whatever he is.
If that is what he is.
Presumably speaking, would kill him.
Yeah, no, that's gonna do like 2 to 4 times damage.
Oh
Whether
my
it's a crit or
god,
not.
it's gonna be super effective.
Yeah, exactly.
It becomes Pokemon.
She sets people on fire. She's a 10. Okay.
Oh god. Don't tell Shorty. Don't tell Shorty that.
Oh,
remember?
very good point. Very good point. Yeah.
She's a 10, but she sets people on fire. Shorty'd be like, "Wow, that's a 12."
Yeah. Wow, guess that makes me a 13.
You're welcome, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for what? Saving my lungs?
Yeah.
And your esophagus.
I guess.
Thanks. I didn't think I was
He's gonna
going
make
to
you sound like
survive
Dobby at that
any
point
long-
with the strangulation. Oh god.
Weren't
Actually, to be fair, Dobby probably has been strangled a couple of times.
you being a jerk like a few minutes ago?
Yeah, and?
Well,
Oh yeah, and speaking of that, when someone's been strangled, like they sound like very, very hoarse after they've been freed from said strangulation. So him seeming like normal right now, unless maybe he's actually just an air elemental and he's able to like filter out his own, like fully oxygenate himself. Otherwise, I don't know.
Since you're here,
I mean, if he's a
mind
tree,
telling
maybe
me-
he gets food from the air. He's like always feeding himself. This is great.
why you're such a pest. Everyone?
Photosynthesis.
Just a pest? Is my efforts not annoying enough for you?
I can't imagine you doing worse.
Hey, do you think crossing the love line is weird? I do.
Cross it. Oh, the love line,
might-
being in love with other elementals. Yeah.
What a natural way to bring this conversation up.
I mean,
Weird. Yeah.
she hasn't flirted with anyone, or at least we haven't seen her so far. I don't think.
Maybe saving someone's life counts as first base in the school. I don't know.
How dare you save my life? Don't you know only my own kind can save my life? Don't cross the love line.
Or the lifeline in this case, exactly. Yeah, might be easier.
Oh.
Let's get food from the air. We can screw that with his glasses. Oh yeah, good point.
Yes. But I don't think it's a
and with the possible fire adornment, like the rose on the side of Amaya's head.
big deal.
Can I have your number?
Hell
Oh.
no.
The way that wait a second. So we've gone from I hate you to you have saved my life. Can I have your number? Also, is it weird to cross the love line? I mean, maybe you think so, but I'm sure I think it's weird. Unless
This is a very weird enemies to lovers very fast. Like within a minute, they went from enemies, one threatening to burn the other, who may or may not be a plant elemental, to him being like, do you think it's weird to cross the love line? Can I have your number, by the way? I like you. All of a sudden. Like, I know your feelings may change on someone when they save your life, but I don't think your feelings change that much and that dramatically.
well, except for that one episode of iCarly.
Oh,
But yeah, I was wondering because, like I said at the beginning of this, we were halfway through, the parts that exist because the finale came out after this, and then that was it. So that was the whole mini movie complete, which made me wonder, okay, so the protagonist doesn't have much time to really fall for anyone that's been in the story thus far. Nothing seems to have happened. So so if that is where this is going, how they're going to address it? Here's my answer.
rushed
There we
and
go.
awfully.
Someone used to confess to me pretty much like that. Used to confess, like it happened on a regular basis.
So wait, someone who hated your guts and that you were willing to threaten physically suddenly went, you know what? I like you. Will you go on a date with me? Okay, that's a choice, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
could you
God.
spare me a pizza your time? I don't know.
Didn't you hear what I said?
Didn't you know? I don't care. Text me later.
Wait, what?
Did
Okay.
he?
I don't care one way or the other. Also call me. He's become a tsundere immediately. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Sundere, sure. I probably won't call you, though, for obvious reasons. I don't intend on calling you, sorry.
Movie's over.
Did he just put his number on my phone? Oh, that's a little.
Also, wait, isn't your phone locked? Doesn't it have, a code or, a fingerprint? Like, you left your phone open for this man to put his number on? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think that's very safe on your, very smart on your end. Most people at least
Why
have a
would he want
password.
Yeah.
My number? Strange.
I don't know.
You know,
Maybe
you
it's
could
a
just-
thing. Maybe he has a thing for being burned. I hope.
You could just delete your contact, right? Also, the being burned part was one event in their childhoods. I don't think that really counts. I think it's into being saved.
This is either water or air. Maybe water. I don't know, because I feel like air would have white hair and water would have blue hair? Question
Or
mark.
possibly ice, depending on how broad this how
Maybe.
broad the definitions are. Because I didn't actually know the answer to that. They never actually went into how many different types of elements there are. I assumed it would come up in a class at one point.
Do we have class scenes?
We had a class scene last time. Well, I see technically 2. It was it's sort of hard to tell because of the same teacher in both classes, and there was like, where we were going from one to the other. But yeah, 1/2 class scenes we had last time.
You're amazing. How do you play that well?
I was just born now.
You're amazing. Life is good. Agree better.
Oh God.
Can you teach me? I've always struggled.
To be fair, this man may not be heterochromic, and is that the phrase? He may be just half blind. Like Abraxas has like what his eye color is very light, but what if he is half blind because one of his eyes got slashed? So he may just be half blind. One of his eyes may not be working. He's just avoiding eye patches for Jacob's sake.
He never had time to patch himself up either way before he was, sent in. But yeah, okay. One thing I've got to point out about this is that the song that the VA chose to sing, obviously, the music is added in post, and that's like a very common thing that happens. I mean, even in a lot of sitcoms, that's the music's added in post, and a lot of times you see people dancing in a party scene that it's just dancing to nothing, technically. But I
wonder how the Buffy scenes were filmed in Buffy the Vampire Slayer at the I forget what it's called. The Raft? Not the Raft. Whatever.
No,
the club. The club they went to. I don't know. I wonder if the people are actually singing, if the music was playing throughout throughout the room, or like if everyone was just like, okay, we're going to do this all in post. We're gonna actually have the singers do it all in post, but you gotta just do a little dancey dance, Puffy.
What I imagine is that they recorded the bands like actually playing, but used like a separate scene where they were posing and pretending to play as whenever the character was talking, and then like layered them together. That's what I imagine. But yeah, in this case, the way I'm putting this out is because the character doesn't know what song's going to go over this, which is fair. And normally, I would think I would not put any music scoring over somebody singing or making music diegetically, because why on earth would I do that? But it seems like Jazaxiee decided, okay, I'm going to keep this music like laid over the top in a completely different tempo to the song that's already being mumbled by the VA, so anyone focusing on it is going to have deal with 2 different tempos of something happening at different times. Hope that they haven't like finally tuned themselves to rhythm and don't shudder to themselves every time that happens.
I'm not. You have to ask someone else. I'm not good at teaching things.
I'm Amaya.
Which is honestly fair. You can be good at something and not be good at teaching it. That's, yeah, I think Bond mentioned that a couple of times with animating.
You?
Ace, do you have to go somewhere? Have your little squad to hang out with, perhaps? I'm not the best to talk to.
Do you have a squad?
I'm waiting for my
I'm not the best to talk to. I'm also not a good teacher. I'm just the worst anyway. I'm a terrible.
I'm just kind of being rude right now. You're just talking to me. I'm just kind of being rude. You should probably leave.
The only thing is really bad at is projecting right now.
bus. I think it's late.
There's only one bus. You know that, right? That one bus left 10 minutes ago. So...
Are you
Wait. How small is this school?
We also don't know that, but I can probably extrapolate that it seems like they have a very small student base on the grounds that in the first episode the driver was surprised he was like even there's someone's even going there, or there was like an element that was going there. And also that the bus there was actually just almost empty entirely. So it does seem like not many people actually use the bus service, and therefore probably also not many that go to the school. So just speaking.
For starters, I don't know how many elemental schools there are.
Apparently not many. It's the point, and that's why say like, oh yeah, you're an element, as if
I don't
like
know. I
everyone.
don't know. I just find it hard to believe that there's only one bus because like when I was in primary school in general, all I'm saying is there were like 12 buses for my school. There were like
Fair enough.
12, 15. There were a bunch. There were a bunch, basically.
Okay, great. When I was in primary school, or like literally elementary school, and still in the US at this point, there were also multiple buses, but they actually went to like different areas, so they had different routes. So you specifically had to wait to be called on like the bus you've been told you're supposed to get on, and that one only that one only goes once.
Yeah, but apparently there's only
I was
one
on
bus
Yellow
in the,
Parrot and
apparently
occasionally
there
Purple Seal.
apparently there was only one bus in this school, which I still find kind of dumb. There's no way. They should have just gave her bus a number like, oh yeah, I'm on bus, I don't know, 284. It's like, oh yeah, bus 284 left 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so you're saying that saying that to compare it to like my elementary school system of like different bus of different areas and different students, and that bus having left. I mean, sure, fine. I mean, maybe it's the case that it depends on like the size of the school, because my elementary school was probably one of the I think it was the largest school that I went to until university. So
I don't know. It's just there's
fairly,
no way.
fairly substantial. If this school is small, maybe they don't have a bus that goes to all these different areas. The bus literally like went through a wall to get here, so it stands to reason maybe it's like the night bus in Harry Potter, where it can just go like at supersonic speeds or something if it needs to.
I don't know. There should be at least, in my opinion, 2 buses, if not slightly more. Even if it is a small school, there shouldn't just be one bus, because that's just dumb and unrealistic.
It really isn't. My secondary school had it had 2 physical buses, but only one like bus round. So it's like, okay, if one bus is missing, then the driver will pick up the other one. We had a spare, basically. But aside from that, yeah, like it was only like one round. So yeah, it was possible to miss the bus, depending on if you were there or not. And that's a frequent.
Is this her first day? Is this her first day, by the way?
No, it isn't. That's the real weird part, because we've established that several weeks have passed, I think.
Okay, that's weird how she doesn't know there's allegedly one bus in the school, which, again,
that's the real concern here.
Based off the background noise that we had in like the field and stuff, I mean, it sounded pretty loud, and I assume there's at least 40 people on that field, which that would already cover one bus. And like classes,
that's if everyone used the bus service. I should have mentioned this before. Not every student in any of the schools I've been to, in any country, use the bus service if there was one.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about the bus service. The bus service, regardless on if the student chooses to use it or not, still has to be able to stand every student. It's like lifeboats and stuff. It's like lifeboats or life vest and a cruise ship. It still has to be able to be used by everybody, and you should still have enough wiggle room to for even more people, if necessary.
Okay.
Because like say it.
Okay, so that really depends. That really depends, because again, my secondary school, that's absolutely not what happened. And also that it's not like the buses were like like evacuation vehicles. They were legally required to sustain all of the students, which would have been impossible because there were like 400 of us, there's 600 of us, depending on like which year it was. So yeah, like all the students that like are able that like have a spot on the bus service, obviously they have room, but that's really all they can do, realistically speaking, fantasy world or otherwise. Unless you can be enchanted to expand within, depending on like how the magic system works here. But based on element base, I don't think the magic system on top of what we already have, so I don't think that's an option.
I don't know. Maybe it's like my friendship is magic, where like magic is just its own element. Like you have like kindness, you have like the specific stuff, but then you have like just magic itself as an element for Twilight.
Okay, that's gonna be fun to delve into in like 3 years when I get to that stage.
Oh my god.
My dad is going to kill me.
Can't you, like, teleport?
Damn, I can do
Okay, the reason that he's saying that is because in the first episode we actually did see another fire element, burst into flames and teleport away. So we know it's a power they have.
Do you not see your friend teleport everywhere?
that. I never thought of the teleporting idea. Can you teach me how to at least?
It happened in front of Amaya, so maybe she should have considered it. But oh no, here we go. It's like the scene in Fallen Angels. That was like the last hurrah for the Alana X Zack that never happened.
Fine, come here. I will teleport you for now. Just tell me where you
Wait.
live.
Yeah, it was like
Yes.
okay.
Light and free. Light and
Oh
free. Yeah.
god.
Honestly, yeah,
Okay.
thumbnail frame, you're right.
Kind of weird to ask.
Do you want to get home?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, he's trying to get you home. I don't know. He can't just teleport you wherever. He has to know where he's teleporting you to.
Why else would he have asked that question? That was really obvious.
Fine. I live at that bluish house next to that. What white house with 2 floors?
Well, that really rounds it down to every.
Wow! You know what I was asking for? You like your address, your street, the exact area you live at, not just a vague description of your house. I know
This really is Harry Potter now. To Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs, the blue house next to the white one.
Oh my god!
All right then, go ahead and.
Like, the creator realizes it's not hard to come up with a fake address, right? Just put some numbers, put up a fake street name, and then call it a day. I don't know.
Sometimes you don't even need the fake numbers. Sometimes there are just addresses out there that are just the street name. Bottom line is they will have at least something that will define where they are.
I don't know. Let's say 2100 East Terraton Avenue.
That's canon now, isn't it?
That's
There's an East Terraton Avenue. Well, there could be East Terraton Avenue. We don't know.
I don't know if there's suburbs in Terraton. I don't
Well,
know.
I
They
mean,
may live in like apartment
there could-
buildings.
Well, I mean, there could. Well, yeah, there might not be like 2,100 of them necessarily, but I mean, there probably could be an avenue, because an avenue, all that defines an avenue is it has to have trees on either side. That's what an avenue is.
You live there? Well, hold on, neighbor.
Oh, okay, neighbor. Fair enough. I guess you lucked out. Oh, that was a splash. So I guess maybe that's like a water teleportation.
Wait, so you're my neighbor? That's so cool. Then you have plenty.
Yeah. Why? How else do you think I knew where to go based on the vagueness you gave me?
You were so vague. How was I supposed to know?
Yeah. Also, I guess he was planning to teleport anyway. I was about to ask like how he was planning to get home if the bus was gone, but no, he was going to teleport. Never mind.
Also, I assume the teleport, he like transforms into water and then goes to another water spot near the area and reforms his body out of water. But that would
Based on the sound effects, I would say yes, probably.
But that would imply that he also turned her body into water and teleported her. But she's a fire elemental, so I don't know if that's healthy for a fire elemental to be temporarily turned into water to teleport. I don't know if that may poison you.
Well, if the next scene is her being nursed back to health from pneumonia to increase like the love triangle, then we'll know why.
Now move.
Now move. You don't need to.
Oh look, she's very slowly gliding. Oh, we love musical lyrics as
Me and
background
Jeremy
music.
are running out for groceries for a while. If we aren't home by then, cook something up from the fridge or freezer. Love you! Get your chores and homework done before any distractions.
I want nobody else.
I sure do hope nothing happens to them on this innocent grocery trip.
Oh, is that a truck? Oh no, we have been isekai.
Truck-kun, they weren't the protagonists. What are you doing?
Second period seemed like the hardest. How should I be able to grow a damn flame and bring it back down? Yeah, this stuff is impossible.
Okay, bear in mind that in a flashback we actually saw that she's had how to manifest your powers as part of her schedule, like it from before, like in primary, based on like what we saw of her and her friend in that flashback. So I would have thought producing a flame and like lowering it would be basic training that she would have already covered by this point.
And also, you mentioned how the school is meant to be tiny. Even if the school is meant to be tiny, I don't know. It can't be that tiny because you have to, or at least you should have different classes for different elementals. Because like that homework of
they don't.
What? That's dumb because each elemental has its own thing. Like a flame elemental can't do what a water elemental can do. So how would you even teach that in like a group class? You would have to have like specialized class. I could totally see gen ed or like general elemental education that is blanket enough to cover multiple elements, being like in like a mixed class. But like
good old G.
But you would have to have like a class for the flame elemental, a class for the water elementals, a class for the air elementals, etc. On the basis that water elemental education probably wouldn't apply very much to a flame elemental education as a whole. Maybe you could get some vague stuff from water elemental, but you're not going to be able to get like you're not going to get like the important stuff about being a fire elemental.
I don't know, because on one hand, yes, I can see the logic behind at least like having like a class to like master your own abilities. Like, yes. On the other hand, I can actually see the advantage of every element learning about every other element, just on the grounds of not only just understanding each other, but also just
but that's why I said that's for the gen ed stuff. That's the general group stuff for the mixed classes versus
but then the only thing that would need to be separated would be theoretically learning how to that's like control certain powers,
and also
assuming there's no overlap, like in teleportation. Clearly there's an overlap, so maybe there's
like assumably that's
depending on how much there is, or like how much that you can do without like as like training on your own and like not really or then maybe that wouldn't be like the biggest focus. I don't know.
I feel like it should be a huge focus of your individual element.
Yeah. I can definitely see like a combat training thing where like everyone's taught to defend against each other, but also like to manifest their ability like the one setting, like one instructor like goes and does rounds while they spar. I'm thinking of Supernatural Academy when I say this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not speaking from like a combat training perspective, at least.
No, I'm using that as an example. I'm thinking of like other things that would need to be separated for the specific elements that theoretically couldn't also be combined. That was the first example that came to my head.
Yeah, and like the specific aspects, as well as, for example, if a fire elemental is training next to, say, a grass elemental, that could potentially damage the training of the grass elemental. For example, the fire elemental is channeling how to make their flame larger in a contained thing, but they're training right next to a grass elemental who's trying to grow a flower super tall. The fire elemental, a small spark of their flame that they're trying to grow, gets on the grass elemental's flower. The classroom is now on fire.
Well, okay, that's okay. Well, going back to Supernatural Academy, the combat area was an open space to prevent probably precisely that from happening.
I don't know if there is an open space, so at least I know there's a soccer field, but I haven't seen an open space.
I mean, they could repurpose that for training, in theory.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't have, and also special classrooms like fire elementals, for example, should be training in a flame retardant area. Area like an area that ideally lacks greenery, lacks any like thing that could be seriously set on fire. For example.
Potentially, unless they have like staff on standby when that happens, and say like the instructor, for example, is
okay. But even so, you still should. The best way to stop it, the best way to help accidents not happen, is try to prevent them before they happen, or at least try to prepare the area. Like if I'm, and that's what, and like certain classrooms, especially like, for example, you can't have like if you want to like train plant elementals, for example, training them in a green room would be a very smart choice. But you can't also train said fire elemental in that room because they're going to kill the plants.
Again, open fields. At least there's space to get away if something bad does happen.
I don't know.
Compared to and would be like natural, like wildlife. You know,
I don't know. I mean,
woodlife,
I just kind of
not
worry
wildlife,
that I
that'd be
kind of
terrible.
worry that this creator didn't think about the ins and outs of how a day-to-day school works.
Yeah, she didn't think about the implications.
See, listen, I haven't did a magical school series currently, but if I were, obviously, you know, you got to think the ins and outs of the specifics of what you're doing for said lesson. Like,
yeah, I have done a magical school series, and yes, that this is the reason they were like separate teachers. There were, and like, well, in my case, it was a bit easier because everyone trains in everything because they have the potential to learn everything. So I guess maybe it's not like a exactly fair comparison.
But like you know, so if like someone in like the academy could only learn fire magic, it would kind of be dangerous to put them and get next to someone who could only learn water magic, and have them be on, you know, constantly training together and learning similar things but different things.
Yeah, this is why I brought like this would be the thing that people would want separated. I don't know about anything else.
Also, I think
like,
also I think from a teaching perspective, it makes it a lot harder on the teacher because the teacher has to somehow split their focus between 5 different concepts. Like, imagine a teacher had to actively teach different forms of math, like algebra, geometry, to different students in the same classroom at the same time.
Why would it need to be at the... Okay, aside from the combat thing, it wouldn't need to be at the same time. Broadening it out to like general disciplines and such, you could just like cover different topics on different days.
But like
with combat, again, that's why I brought it up as an example. That's why it's difficult to do that kind of thing.
But like
it's not impossible, but difficult.
The teacher would have to split their focus between slightly varying concepts to each of the students.
Yes, we're saying versions of the same thing here.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it would be also unfair on the teacher's end because, you know, a teacher would have to somehow, you know, keep an eye on a fire elemental, water elemental, grass elemental, air elemental, etc. at the same time and be teaching them.
Just on standby.
Yeah.
Or the class size isn't so vast that, you know, it doesn't get like immediately too overwhelming. As someone who's dealt with multiple different class sizes, even if some people are doing like different things, you can still do the rounds fairly efficiently, unless, you know, the class numbers are too overwhelming, in which case it does get complicated. So yeah, with that, I don't know. So we're back into this. Oh, there's the friend I was mentioning earlier, one who proved that she should have learned the basic flame stuff by now.
Interesting, of course. How are you, Sammy? You didn't pick up yesterday.
Yeah, I was grounded. I was failing science because I'm always too busy on my damn electronics. She doesn't understand me.
Or you're failing science and your mom is right and you should focus, especially for college.
Don't remind me.
College? You're still learning basic elemental stuff and you're about to go to college?
That is more suspicious on Amaya's end.
When does your element manifest? Like late into puberty?
You know, there is she is an element, and therefore I think you know, it's an innate situation. But yeah, like, there's like one moment in episode 1 where or part 1 I should say. There's one moment in part 1 where they say something like, "Oh, what is this, kindergarten?" In relation to like Amaya's, like, you know, very by the book sense of right and wrong compared to everyone else's with the fight culture and whatnot. Then you have a scene later on in part 2 where someone is going like, "Hey, your dad's in prison, freak, freak, freak." So it's like, is it kindergarten? I don't know.
I don't know about that, you know.
I don't know how old these characters are.
Hey, Sammy.
Probably late high school, assumably, since they're thinking about college at the very least junior year.
Typically 12 p.m.
Yeah, of course I am.
You want to come to my school's photography festival? They're allowing students not from the school to come.
Oh my god! Yes! Sign me up!
Okay, I'll see you there. I'm gonna go now, Sammy. Bye.
Bye!
To be fair, not a bad solution to the problem of Oh, I wish that I could actually be here. This actually, beats Royale Fairy Academy in my mind in terms of involving the best friend from back home in the plot. Compared to, hey, sneak out for this Dean J concert that we apparently both like.
Hey.
Oh, I forgot you rudely took my phone and put your number on my DMs. What do you want?
You mean put your number in your DMs? That's one thing that Jazaxiee struggles with a lot. Prepositions, and that clearly hasn't changed it over the 2-year gap.
Yeesh. Harsh. You go into
Also,
that
I feel
dark
like most
photography-
people don't really call their texting DMs. Normally, I feel like they call like other places like Discord and Skype for DMs.
No, that is fair. If they hadn't said number, I maybe would have argued that this could be some like format of a social media that we're not aware of in this world. But they did say phone number, so most likely not.
Because
Unless it's WhatsApp.
Normally texting it's just called texting if it's phone number based.
Does that matter?
Are you
Yes.
lame?
Shush it. I'm going to go now.
Are you going to the fest?
Wow, this man is really killing it. He oh man, I totally want them to date or something. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love them together.
I especially love how he has insulted her twice about things that she's about to do, and only after a number.
They're so romantically compatible, Jacob. I've never seen a couple more romantically compatible in my life.
No, they've really left an impression on me, like a scar to the wrist.
I wonder if I can practice that flame thing.
You're trying too hard.
Oh my god, you scared the hell out of me. Now
Which would have been effective, of course, if we actually saw the character appear in a different image,
I
but
lost my train of thought.
You don't need a train of thought just to make a flame. See, you're trying way too hard.
So what am I supposed to do then?
this really is the Zack and Lana scene.
I'm doing what the books
Wait
are
a
telling me to.
minute. Earlier, she burned someone as a child.
Oh god, her eyes.
I think this is just anime expression. No, but like, think about this. Think about it like this. How would she burn someone if she couldn't even make a basic flame? Normal now.
To play devil's advocate, maybe she like grabbed him by the wrist and then left a physical burn rather than producing fire to make the burn.
I mean, maybe
was it just like an advanced version of an Indian burn?
I don't even know what like the very specific elemental powers. Like, how much control of the flames? Like, for example, can they absorb flames, or are they immune to flames? Where can they blast flames out?
That will come up during their training.
Will it?
Or if we see it, or if we see it become a necessity in the story. This is what I was saying about Mermaid Tales lore. Like if it comes up that they can absorb flames of something, or like there's like a house fire or whatever, and then someone has to absorb the flames, then we would see it happen. If that doesn't happen in the story, there's no reason they would bring it up aside from maybe it comes up in a class or two.
Those books are a lie. That's their trick. Everyone has a different way with magic. Here, let me show you.
No.
Also, those books are a lie. That's their trick. Like, sure.
Oh, I don't. Oh, okay. I guess you're doing it. I guess.
Thinking won't get you anywhere. Just do it.
I'll excuse the repetition of "I guess" there because the character's clearly flustered.
Just do it? I've been trying to do that.
That's your problem. You try too hard. You have to calm the intensity of your mind.
Didn't.
Okay, one more Legend of Korra comparison here. What do you think you're doing? Well, I was thinking that exactly you were thinking.
The books say that?
Wow.
This is true. Those instructions are not. It teaches you not to expect everything will help you out in a situation.
How long
Yeah. Does it teach you also why your ears shouldn't poke over a hoodie?
have you done this?
You have 4 ears, by the way, sir. Is that a medical condition?
I think that's the first element that I've seen with boys. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention.
There are stuff to cut. There are hairs that for boys that cover your ears. All I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyways, I gotta go for now. But everybody, leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Also, check out Mysteries of Occulta on the Butterbunch.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, do that. But also, that feels like an outro. Like, we've still got a lot
Yeah.
of time in the video.
No, I gotta say it before
I'm
I
not going
leave.
anywhere.
Caca, yes, bye. Drugs.
Right, okay. I guess, yeah, cover all your bases. The only guest I know that does an outro in the middle of the video who has to leave, but okay.
Has to be a joke. How?
8-year-olds can read too, newbie.
Well, I know that, but why would you read these long textbooks when you should be just getting into chapter books?
I liked learning, taking my uniqueness into advantage.
So the books that he reads are perfectly fine, but the books that she's read are complete lies, and that's their trick. Got it, of course.
Nerd.
And I'm proud of it. I get to be better than the other elements.
Man,
Oh, yeah,
you're
no, he did do
such
that,
a
yeah.
born leader.
I take my role seriously, so I have to be the best.
Yeah, I realized during gym class.
Oh my god, you guys sucked. We were going easy on you, and we still won.
Yeah, would have loved to have seen
You
it.
say that's easy? You got Lana swearing for the first few minutes.
We can do way worse in soccer, Amaya. Just watch out.
Stuck up much?
How's about...
You know, maybe that soccer scene, if there'd been like a few like still images of just like moments in the game, maybe that would have like come across a little bit better. But yeah, as far as it is right now, we'll take their word that they were, you know, crushed.
We stop talking about how bad you are at everything, and I can teach you the ropes.
That's probably my favorite line so far. Just, you know, like general banter.
Don't use anger for magic. Bring it down.
How about...
So I guess you can, I guess you can feed flames through emotions. That's something. But yeah, come on, everyone knows this. Power and firebending comes from the breath, not the muscle.
You bring it down, Mr. Know-It-All. You seem to be good at everything.
I can't control.
Katara's, calm down. No, I will not calm down. I'd rather leave you here alone. Behind her.
Other people's magic. Now bring it down. Bring it down before you burn the damn park down.
You bring it down. Also, speaking, I guess this is what Aiden was saying before about training in an open area.
Thank God Lana isn't a fire element. She would have burned half the world already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can we start over?
Yeah, sure. Now watch me. Look how I'll take 1 second to bring up a flame, then bring it down instantly.
Oh, that's hot.
What did you say?
I said it's hot.
Oh no, you're quoting Will Smith now. Ah, that's that. That's that.
Oh, no. The fire is hot.
So I'm not hot? What am I then?
I don't remember you being a flirt.
Not sorry. Okay, now you go.
Yeah, you're not hot. You're flaming hot.
What the hell? Why did you say that?
You said
Yeah, flameo hot.
to go, so I did.
I meant by powers, not making me damn blush.
Are you kidding? Oh my god, oh my god.
Shh.
Are you kidding? Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, the character does not sound like super embarrassed. Like beforehand, the like evidence of flustering comes from the text in this, not from the performances. Because honestly, like, yeah, like that exchange there is, you know, it's probably like the most endearing thing that these characters have done with each other thus far. Like the idea of saying, you know, oh, that's hot, but you know, Will Smith quote aside, you know, that seems a fun interaction, but it's like it's undone by how downplayed it is, like how casual they still seem to be, despite what the visuals are telling you. Like, imagine those lines being like, I mean, you know, like the fire is hot, of course. I said, oh, so I'm not hot. No. I mean, like, no, you're flaming hot. What are you talking about? Jeez, something like that. That's what I think the problem is here. It's in the delivery more so than the actual lines. Not to say they aren't cheesy, they are, but they're cheesy in the way they're intended to be cheesy. So yeah.
Going to cause a scene.
Too late. We are so going to win the trophy for the festival.
Yeah, who doesn't love hot photos of a future couple? I
Oh, that's right. It's a photography festival.
Don't. I love them.
How long have you been staying?
How many people live in this neighborhood? It was like briefly suggested that the dad like moved in order to like have Amaya go to the new school, which I guess raised the question to how Sammy got there. Maybe she just commuted, like to get the bus ride. I mean, maybe that was it. But yeah, so I guess this is more of like a community with full of the people who would go to the schools, like full of like the elements themselves, I suppose. And yes, I did think of Flaming Hot Cheetos as well. Yes. And it's not like that Taki's joke, because this one actually was funny.
Ending there.
Enough to win the festival, that's for sure.
That's quite the good like Franken pose right there. With, I believe, a custom hand too.
Hey, Amaya, does Callan's hand smell good? Or does it smell dirty because of how much he's flirting with you?
Okay. I think there's meant to be two different characters, but the way that when I'm like, oh my goodness, laughing really takes it out of you, doesn't it? Give me a second. All right, like that.
Damn, were you killing her?
Thanks for asking.
Actually, no, that's a legitimate question. We didn't see the visuals for this, and she is like really like coughing right now. Was he killing her?
I couldn't smell anything.
Dang, Callan, keep yourself together.
Shut up.
Not until you
Okay, that's the best delivery I've heard thus far. Like I've actually heard people speak like that.
tell Amaya how you feel.
And I'm out.
Hun, did you forget we have
In fact, actually, you know what? Now I think about it, a lot of people use that tone to tease me about feelings they presumed I had, but actually didn't.
hours that we can stop you with? God, we're amazing at working together, aren't we?
Like they say, fire feeds off wind. So yes, we are amazing at this.
Man, if only Grayson knew that. Then he wouldn't make such a ruckus about it.
Well, I mean, this is more of like a collaboration situation, not to do with the love line, which was his real problem, right? Unless he just feels like any interactions aside from fights are off limits. That wasn't the impression I got.
He's not that bad. He just doesn't like the idea. But it's probably a better idea for us to stay in our element.
Ugh, not this again.
I'm just saying that we shouldn't cross the dang love line. Grayson.
Okay, Grayson literally said those lines before in part 1.
That's the point, and we should stay where we are.
But he was mad about Ajax and...
Also, okay, so is the love line like any interaction? Because they brought this up now as if that was an issue, but like, okay.
Josh getting together when both of their elements were the only
Cross elements, okay. I'll have to remember that because, maybe that answers Aiden's question earlier of whether or not hybrids do exist. Also, they've got like...
Don't you hate
wait,
it?
those like sinners? No, they've got like marks on their faces now. They're like stray hairs or something.
Hey, what?
Just because they're your friend doesn't mean they can invade your privacy, you know?
I can't speak intellectual. Can you speak Amaya again?
Oh no, what, invading privacy is too intellectual compared to like everything else he said. Also, you sound like a robot. Come on, you can calculate that.
Never mind. Now, where were we? Oh, right. Your turn.
Callan, what did Alaya mean by until you tell her how you feel?
It's just some dumb joke we have, that's all.
I'm not...
I wish for you to define it for me. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
Not done yet. Earlier today, Imari was nearly...
Oh, the girl's black rose has been burned by the fire yet? Well, beforehand, it seemed to like have an actual like flame effect to it. So I guess maybe just some sort of magical item. That's my guess.
suffocating Grayson and said he would have beaten his... well, butt. Is there something you're keeping from me?
What did Grayson do?
Look, you're being strange. What are you keeping from me?
Can we focus on your powers instead?
No, I don't think so. I want an answer.
I want an answer, and you're going to give it to me. Don't make me raise my voice again.
I'll explain later, but right now we have to get your powers under control. Like making a trail of fire in one direction. Like so.
Ow!
Grayson, what?
Okay, I guess that answers that question. Apparently, when a presumed grass elemental gets attacked by fire, it's a mild mosquito bite. Thank you, Grayson, for demonstrating that for
What are
us.
you doing here?
Buzz off.
Oh, sorry, couldn't hear you with the wind brewing next to me. Say that again.
Grayson,
I like how there actually is wind. That's a nice touch.
what do you want?
You didn't answer your phone.
Obsessive much?
Buzz off.
Did you get my text? Wouldn't it be back? Oh man, the one Harry Potter quote that Aiden would have appreciated, the one that's not from the actual source material.
Off, you stalker. Now.
Can I not
I was about to fall off your head, probably, but there'll be green screen off first.
talk to someone who saved my damn life so many times now?
Yeah, Maya. What's with you doing
Many?
that? It's how we deal with people who don't know respect.
I know respect.
What, by killing them? The save the life part is really the like the crucial detail here, not like pulling you out of the fight or anything. Because that's what really happened, but like the way it's phrased, it just sounds like, yes, people we don't like. Death.
I just don't waste it on people like you.
Is fighting the only thing you two can do? Okay.
Is there a line that you can say without pausing?
How many times do I have to repeat this?
I'm guessing that what happened was that in the script it was like it was at the line, like the word you, and then the next line was underneath it. Like it reached that stage. That's probably what happened.
This was 2 days ago, Sammy.
Well, it's funny. They sound so cute.
Cute? Oh, no. It's not puppy cute when they fight. It's annoying. Like younger brother annoying.
Same thing. Will they be here? I want them to know who was the OG friend and I should be feared of.
Honestly, that's a bad idea. Everyone is somehow terrifying.
Then how did you become friends with them?
Ask that
They happen to be the least terrifying. I don't know.
doofus. It just happened.
Well, come on. I need to see Alia and Lucy's photos.
Did they post them? Or accept them? Okay. All right. I guess there's that. So that was the Love Line Part 3, and whereas in Part 2 I said, I commented, I'm more invested now than I was before, which is true because things seem to be like actually amping up. Episode 1 had the most visuals attached to it for sure, but it didn't but not the most like in terms of the actual story beyond, I guess, like the very generic element mixing bad, that kind of thing. Then episode 2 kind of like, okay, well fine, we're just like a few of the other characters and some actual classes, we're getting things going. And episode 3 happened, and okay. Now this is the first one that is a full audiobook, and you can see the problems with it being full audiobook. Because yeah, like I said before, sometimes the not the exposition, I guess I kind of like spoke I spoke in error before. It's more the dialogue where you actually because this is something I experimented with in university actually, or whether or not I can actually like make a radio play with no narration and where the main character is mute. And that was pulled off through like a combination of methods, but it ultimately boiled down to it wouldn't have been possible, and I would have gotten even worse grade for it, and I passed the module, but I would have got a worse grade if I hadn't actually written it with the intention of that being the gimmick. In this case, because it seems like we just cut the audiobook and stayed there sometime during part 2, it was not intended to be an audiobook. It's like Bonsai Bakery. Unlike Bonsai Bakery, though, we actually have multiple images, which I commended last episode. I will do so again here, because with Bonsai Bakery having just one of them, it was impossible to tell who was in like what any given scene. Based on like the level of voice acting they had and the character being so distinct if you don't see their faces. That's the issue. But yeah, we don't have that problem here, but we have a problem sometimes with a few of the really only the football match actually. That's really the only time that it was super apparent where the where the images there just weren't enough of them because so much was happening in such quick succession with so many characters that it became impossible to track. But the way they're doing this here, where it's used like 1, 2, characters per image interacting in a certain spot, it turned out quite nicely. So that I can at least give them. So, again, not much to say about the visuals with this one, but a lot to say about the story. And now we're getting into the potential love interests and really starting to show, okay, fine, we really wanted to rush to get to, the love line specific parts or like, the love part of this story, to do with the main character. I almost think it might have been better if Amaya was actually just, privy to whoever was dating someone before, like, the person in the example who had crossed the love line and was actually, just championing them specifically. Maybe that wouldn't have been as promising idea as like having it happen to the main protagonist of the story, but she still has a motivation to do something and, get more involved and I guess make more friends as well. Because it really depends like how far this love line concept goes. If, collaboration seems to be involved in it, as was implied by the 2 wind elements at the end here. If that's the case, there's no need for multiple love interests after all. I don't really know. But yeah, everything else I think kind of speaks for itself. The internal logic is starting to fall apart significantly with what the characters are saying. The preposition stuff is not so bad, but it's something that I keep noticing because, of course, I keep noticing it. But yeah, this was definitely a downgrade from the last episode, unfortunately, despite the time gap between it. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's a full audiobook now. I got my hopes up because I realized how much time it would have taken, but I realized that most of the time with me, the thing is that I have rising commitments that I, couldn't dedicate to Gacha anymore, unlike when I started. And that's why those things have been taking so long, not exclusively because of the updated visuals, or that's a part of it. So, yeah, I guess I guess there's that. Oh, by the way, the reason I like siblings here, I guess, because they're like the same lineage. Like they're both fire elements, and that's why they both look like that. So it's sort of inevitable in this case. So, but yeah, I can see why I can see why you have reservations there. But yes, I'm pretty sure we are supposed to ship them because, of course, the connection and whatnot. Yeah. Amaya also is like a little bit inconsistent in this. Like beforehand, championing non-violence and then threatening to give someone a burn. The throwing someone across the screen, you could argue, okay, that was in defense of the other person to try, in terms of Grayson, to try to get him away, and it wasn't intended to harm him specifically. That one makes sense. But the rest of it, where it seems like, now she's going with apparently bodyguards or something, which also didn't really happen in the previous parts. There was something off about Amaya particularly this time, and it wasn't just her delivery, because the voice acting, oh my goodness, the voice acting in this. There were a few examples, like I mentioned before, where something like seemed like very genuine and real, actually. Like, honestly, kudos to whoever voiced the character second to the left right now on screen. But yeah, when it comes to a lot of the other ones, they were very like down here, particularly Grayson, who's supposed to be a very angry character, but he sounds like Leon Tarkshina as Coach Poole. Yeah, I don't know. It's and particularly, of course, Amaya, where main characters are the ones who are most likely to experience like all of the emotions at once. So casting them is a really difficult thing, and directing them once you've cast someone is even more difficult, especially if they don't if they're not naturally going to give you what you want. Her being monotone to start off with, like in general casual conversation, is fine. But as I said to Aiden before, when she got mad in the past, you could actually tell she was mad in the past, or like happy or anything. Like happy, you can still tell here, but really like any heightened emotions, like anger, flusteredness, if that's even a word. None of that really came across properly, and it all just kind of sounded like this. And I do remember that Jazaxiee said in the disclaimer before part 1 that all the voice actors did a fantastic job, which probably suggests that this is like, classic case of someone submitted something. I'm blinded, like rose tinted, like blinded by by a submission in the first place. I'm not like fully considering whether or not it's actually what I need to in order to complete the vision. And in this case, I don't think it was. If I was directing this, I definitely would have done quite a number of other retakes. So yeah, I think that's it. We'll see what happens in the finale, because the finale was the video that came out right after this one, so I'm guessing it was wrapped up fairly soon from here. And we'll circle back to that in a week's time once the torch gets passed again, or maybe like, I don't know, I've got like more than a week's worth of stuff that I keep cycling through, so we'll get back to this when we get back to it, basically. Might be close to 2 weeks. But either way, we'll still be here, and we'll it'll be something. It'll certainly be something. Fill up our ring, please open a gacha, tailor and fix the holes of the gacha hoods so the ear stops sticking out. Yeah, also that. Especially if they're on camera for too long. But yeah, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe if done so already. So I saw clown as in there, I had to. And on that note, until next time, farewell.